Meantime, 6 children from that raided Evangelist compound in Arkansas are in protective custody now. Authorities are talking to the kids, trying to find out if they were abused in any way. But Tony Alamo, the man at the center of the raid, is shrugging off this investigation of what the feds call child pornography. You won't believe what he said last night on Fox Report. Take a listen to this.
Polygamy is in the Bible, and it's condoned by God. Now, if you weasels have got a complaint about God, you go to him and talk to him about that. I just preach the Bible.
On the phone, Lynn LaRoe, a court reporter for the Texarkana Gazette. Lynn, this raid was supposed to have taken place next month, right? But authorities had to go at it early. Why?
Because of an accidental mouse click on Friday afternoon, basically. Friday evening, our news agency, as well as about 39 others, received an email that was an inter-office memo at the United States Attorney's Office in the Western District of Arkansas. The memo was basically a request to approve travel, but in the memo it talked about 2 planning meetings on how to handle the children from Alamo Ministries after the raid. It also spoke of allegations of child pornography and how they were going to deal with the kids, because apparently a large group of them have not been vaccinated, so they can't just throw them into a group home or schools, that type of thing. There was a lot of planning that was going to be going on, and it spoke of the raid in October.
So,
and of course, once that came out, they had to expedite that raid, and it was done the following day.
Is the feeling that they had expected to catch Alamo in the building? Because he's out of state right now, isn't he?
That's correct. Our reports are that he is in L.A. I don't know if they were hoping to catch him while he was at the compound or not. At this point, they're saying that no arrests have been made, and there does not appear at this point to be a warrant for his arrest.
Now, he is denying that there are any problems here. He says this is a hoax, that this is the federal government just trying to embarrass him. But he's got a long record of run-ins with the law, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. As a matter of fact, the way Mr. Alamo came to reside in this area was that he was actually an inmate at a federal prison nearby. And so a group of his followers came here so that they could visit him in prison and whatnot, and then upon his release, they decided to set up house here.
All right. Now, when he says that things like that we heard in the beginning, that phone call to the Fox Report last night, when he says things like, polygamy is okay and it's in the Bible, and that little kids should be married as soon as they reach puberty, that doesn't exactly sit too well with today's norms.
No, and not around here either. I mean, most people around here are fearful of him, and they consider him kind of a dangerous cult figure.
Who are the kids? Are they his own children, or who do they belong to?
That we don't know for certain.
But they have been placed in protective custody.
They have taken at least 6 children.
All right.
And they have been interviewing them. And, of course, those children were taken Saturday evening, and under Arkansas law, within 72 hours, there has to be some type of hearing to address their residential status.
Now, a lot of people would look at the graphic we just had on the screen. He calls it the Tony Alamo Christian Church, but it is not the kind of Christian church that most mainstream religions would recognize. Isn't that safe to say?
Oh, I think that's absolutely true. He's also spoken many times, espoused very anti-Catholic views, and he is anti-gay as well. And I know that the Southern Poverty Law Center has designated his ministries as a hate group. But
he has a pretty amazing outreach in terms of direct mail and internet and that sort of thing. He spouts his story, however it may be.
This is true.
Yeah. All right. Lynn LaRoe, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.
A couple of things we're watching at this hour.